Please don't spoil the movie by adding your own soundtrack. And action. Hi, I'm Harley Quinn, also known as Jordan.
Hi, my name is Karen Filippelli.
Karen Filippelli. From The Office?
Yes.
Why'd you say it like that?
Because she's Italian. On the show.
She's supposed to be Italian. That's
In reality, she's a black woman.
It's astonishing how long in her acting career it took me to discover that she was a black woman.
I think it took everybody that long. It took everybody years to know that she is a black person. Woman.
I think I was like almost done with Parks and Rec. And I was like, oh, she black. They must have said something. I was like, oh, this lady's black. But I think I was just discovering at the same time with the rest of the world.
I think I was watching, what's that show called? Black. I don't want to say The Blackening.
That spinoff of Blackish? That was on Netflix? No?
It's not a spinoff of Blackish.
But like,
it was on Netflix.
It's like...
Dear White People.
Oh, Dear White People.
I was watching Dear White People. And the main character, she was half black.
Mm-hmm.
And her roommate was like, yeah, but you're like a Tracee Ellis Ross half black, not a Rashida Jones half black. And I was like, Rashida Jones is half black?
Right. Right, because I always forget that Tracee Ellis Ross is half black.
I know, right? You just think she's all black.
That's actually a really good analogy. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it was a great one.
Well, how have you been, love?
Pretty well.
All over the place.
I was gonna say pretty good, but I've seen better days.
I've seen better days, dear Lord.
We won't get into it. Maybe another day.
Yeah. Well, happy Easter. Today's Easter Sunday.
Today's the day that the Lord has risen.
Go on and... Today is the day that the Lord has risen.
Just
don't the song. Even. Yeah.
Give it up.
It's okay. Have you anything to tell us? Do you want to share with the class? I'm not trying to plug you anything.
I have something to share with the class?
I just didn't know where to go. Watch any movies lately?
I have.
Ooh, what'd you watch?
Have you seen Quiet on Set?
Oh, yes.
You did?
Yeah, I watched it. Not you mad at watch it. Hell yeah, girl. Yes.
You watched it?
Hell yeah. You mad that
I'm literally so pissed.
Why? You want to tell me about it?
Yes!
Oh, I watched it.
Oh my God,
couldn't wait to watch it. I watched like half of it on Twitter. I was like, let me go watch this show because they just posted 10-minute videos on Twitter. I was like, let me just go watch it.
You watched it?
Watched it.
How dare you?
I'm sad.
Oh my God. Now how are we even supposed to talk about it if we've both seen it?
What was your most shocking moment from the video?
Girl.
From the series?
It was a 4-parter.
Yeah, I think they said they're going to do one more.
Oh, really?
I think they said they were going to release a 5-part, like one more part.
What could the 5th part possibly be?
I think it's more Josh.
Oh.
Yes.
I just thought... I think they did it so well. They told the story so well from the beginning to the end, to where we are today, to how it started. And I could not believe, as it was, airing or whatever, and they were just showing all of the original people and all that. I was like, oh my God, I remember her.
Yes.
I remember him. Oh my God, nostalgia. Oh my goodness, I remember them.
When they were talking about the scenes, I was like, I can't believe I remember the little pickle boy guy. I was like,
yes. When they showed him, I was like, oh my God, I do remember that.
Yeah.
It's actually really annoying to me that you watch this because now I can't recant any of this story.
Oh, I've seen it. Yeah.
This is really frustrating.
He's gonna retell me the whole 4-part series.
I was gonna tell you the most shocking stuff. The stuff about Pickle Boy. I was gonna tell you the stuff about Drake. I was gonna tell you about the stuff about the production assistant.
I thought this series was gonna be more about Dan Harmon.
Snyder.
There's another guy.
Who is Dan Harmon?
The creative Rick and Morty.
Oh. He probably needs his own documentary series too.
He almost got canceled there for a little bit for doing something that I can't remember what it was, but
I'm sure it's far worse than what was actually brought to light.
Yeah, he was in hot water. But Dan Schneider. I thought it was going to be mainly about him.
Yeah.
But it was mostly he was a bad boss. Maybe he did something weird with the cast. Well, he definitely did. I don't know if he touched any of them. I want somebody to tell me.
And you know what prompted me? Well, I was going to watch it, but what prompted me to really watch it is because I thought what I was seeing on Twitter.
It's not matching up what you thought.
Well, I saw somewhere on Twitter, they were saying Amanda Bynes had gotten pregnant when she was 16. And people were saying it was Dan Snyder. And I thought they talked about that in the documentary. So I went I immediately went to my TV and was like, let me watch this.
Yeah.
That was nowhere to be found. I was like, why are y'all making shit up?
It's a lot of speculation because they said they found her old Twitter or something like that.
Oh.
Or her, like, not her old Twitter. Well, it was her old Twitter, but like her, like, what do you call your fake Twitter? I don't know. What do you call that?
I don't know.
Not like
her like her Finsta, but for Twitter.
Yeah. But I thought it was going to be, I mean, yeah, he was a bad boss and he was taking weird videos of them, obviously for creepers on mine.
I don't think we should, he did some pretty shitty things.
Yeah.
Like when the two female writers were talking, and the girl said that he said, you should tell this story while you're being sodomized.
I was like, what is going on? I needed to be in that room because I don't even understand what is going on, how we all what? No one stopped this? Like, how's that funny?
That's the environment he created.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So...
But I just thought it was going to be him with them kids. I wasn't even thinking about, like, how he's treating the writers. I just thought they're going to talk about... I don't know, I just thought he was the one. I never even thought there was other people on the production team or whatever the hell you call it that was actually sexually assaulted.
It really pulled behind the curtain.
Yes.
But I mean, his day was coming. Like, his reckoning was coming.
Yeah.
Like, people had been talking about how weird he was on Twitter since, like, 2015.
Oh, my God, those videos. And whenever they
and they would always bring something up about the feet. The feet were always being brought up
or that video with Ariana Grande. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah, I never saw those before. And in the documentary, I was like, that's really weird. So whole thing with the potato. And she was like squeezing it. I was like, what the fuck?
So weird.
And then when she was pouring the water on herself, I was like, by no means is this appropriate. Some of this are funny. I was like, it's not funny at all.
Who's this for?
Some of the scenes or like the sketches, I'd be like, that's kind of a reach.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, the one they showed, like the one with like the meatloaf cereal. No, they didn't. I saw that on Twitter. See, I'm getting confused. They showed one where it was like, I don't know, they were eating something like hot. And they were like, well, if I say it, then it sounds sexual. But they were like, blow.
Oh.
It was in there.
Okay.
As I'm telling it, it sounds awful. But I was watching it, I was like, I don't really see it. But the shit with Ariana Grande, I was like, this is disgusting.
So weird.
I was like, this is really weird.
Weird. Honestly,
I can't imagine being an adult in that room and like sitting there and having a camera and like having to record that or just like sit there and watch it. I don't know. This is making me beyond uncomfortable.
Right. And then they were talking about like he had high ratings. I'm like, can we look into the demographic of people watching the show? Because I feel like it's 50-year-old men.
I loved it how when they said like the white kids were like, oh yeah, I had a great relationship with Jan. And then they pan to the black guy and he's like, I mean, he talked to the white people.
Right, the little nerdy one.
That shit was hilarious. No, he's fine now. The one who oh my God, I thought he was so hot. I was like, what's his Instagram? I wanted to
LOL, yeah, the little nerdy one.
No, stop saying he was nerdy. He wasn't nerdy.
When he was young, he was nerdy?
No. He like there was the one
I'm not talking about the black guy, I'm talking about the white guy.
Oh yeah.
The white nerdy guy was saying he was
yeah.
I had a great relationship, and he panned to the black guy.
He was like, yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, the black guy's handsome. Yeah.
Yeah, the black guy's super hot.
Yeah. He seems like he's going through a lot now.
Yeah, he does. It seems
like he's still working through that. I was like, oh, Lord.
He's still working through that stuff.
I thought it was so crazy that Josh's dad was like, this guy is going to touch my son.
It was so freaking sad.
Goes on to touch his son. And he was like, when he was like,
when Josh calls him and then he's like, Drake calls him and he's like, yeah, we arrested him. He's arrested. He's in jail. And he's like, oh boy, I'm just so glad it wasn't you. And he was like, yeah. I started crying. I was like, that
ate me up.
That was
and then he was like, yeah, I didn't want to tell my dad. He's just so emotional. I'm like, he's
like, we're just starting to like build our relationship again. That was so sad.
And his dad really seemed like a lot of people, I feel like a lot of child actors get into acting because their dad or their parent makes them. But I feel like they got into child acting because it was something for them to bond with.
Yeah. They were like on the road.
And he liked it.
Auditions. Yeah, and he loved it.
And he liked being with his son. Yeah. And he was like, we're building a relationship.
It was like they did it right. It was like the perfect like manager child relationship.
Yes. But when he said that part killed me. And I'm like, where was I hate the victim. I was like, where was the mama?
I know.
He had one speculation. You can have everything. These are accounts, but keep that man away from my son. And it was like, next week, you go ahead and spend the night.
Yeah, you're actually going to be living with this man instead.
I couldn't. That was hard to listen to, and I hate to be like, you dumb bitch, but like,
right.
And they didn't show her in the documentary. I was wondering, is she still alive? I was like, where is she at?
She's definitely probably still alive.
I was like, she need to be on here with the daddy crying.
Yeah. I know, for her wrongdoing. She probably didn't want to do it. She was embarrassed.
Mm-hmm. I listened to the audiobook of I'm glad my mom died.
That's what I need to do. Cause
Jeanette McCurry.
I'll never finish it if I read it on my own.
It was good.
I bet it would. I bet it is.
It was good.
I'll have to.
It was really she was like, as I was reading, I was like, oh, this girl really does not like acting.
Oh, really?
She does not like it. She never wanted to do it. Her mom really just like forced it upon her.
Aww.
And she really, like, literally did not like doing it. Just, like, didn't like doing it, but she did it for so long. Aww. And then she was talking about she was doing these stupid, like, Sam and Cat, stupid.
These stupid shows.
And she was like, and then I've heard her say, like, she hates people coming up to her and calling her Sam. And I was like, oh my God, girl, get over it. But I think she just thinks, I kind of get it now.
I mean, I would hate it too. I'm like, that's not my name.
They're like, did you punch this man in your face today, Sam?
Oh.
Did you... She kept saying soap sock or something was her bit, or butter sock was her bit. She was like, someone else comes up to me and says butter sock one more time. It's just like she's like 20. She's like doing all this dumb stuff. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, that's true.
But it was a good book. But yeah, she doesn't use Dan's name, but she talks about him on there.
Yeah. I think, first of all, I thought it was crazy when at the beginning they had the girl. I don't remember her name, but she used to be on All That, and she was like the youngest one before Amanda Bynes got there. And she was saying how like she was so adorable. She was saying she was Dan's favorite, and he came up to her and was like, "I want to do a spinoff with just your show." And then she like got boobs, and he forgot about her.
Ooh,
and then he gave the show to Amanda. I thought that was crazy. I was like, "Not it was supposed to be you,
right?" But thank God it wasn't, girl. Everything happens for a reason.
Everything happens for a reason. She dodged a bullet. It was a blessing in disguise.
She was so cute when she was younger. She was so adorable. I remember her. It was just crazy watching them. I was like, oh my God, I remember you. Oh my God, I remember you.
No, literally.
Oh my God, I remember you.
It's unfortunate though, because the black guy who had like the really bad experience, I was like, and who got fired, I was like, I don't remember him.
I remember him. When they showed the scenes that they showed, I was like, oh yeah, I kind of remember them, but yeah, not that. I
don't remember him.
He's not like ingrained in my brain.
I remember a lot of them.
I remember the black. You remember the black girl?
Oh yeah, I remember the black girl. Yeah, she even said it. The token black girl. I was like, well, that's why I remember you, because you were the only black girl on there.
Was she? I can't remember, and I don't know why I remember it, but in my head, all that was diverse. Am I tripping? Maybe when Keenan and Kel got on there.
Yeah, I think that first stretch it was because Keenan and Kel were on there. Then they had that other black boy on there. The one who was talking about how he one of his like sketches, he was like a superhero, but his superhero was like Nose Boy, and the noses on his body looked like penises. Yeah. He was on there.
That's what I remember.
And then I think she's not black, but they had like a Spanish girl on there too.
Yes.
That first stretch. I don't know what happened with the second one.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just remember the Keenan Kel version.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, yo. And then the PA. Girl, I couldn't get over the PA.
Not Pickle Boy, the other one. Yeah, the first one, like the random.
Down. Yeah, the first guy who got arrested. And they found his diary, and his diary was like, he was saying like, I'm 100% like a hardcore pedophile. Like, what?
That's a wild thing to
put in your diary.
That's a wild thing to write out.
That too.
When he was like, he was saying like,
and then he was like, I'm fighting every day to like not rape a girl or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it was.
What?
That was wild.
Like, what the hell? That's insanity.
It didn't say that he made it that far, because that lady who was like, should I tell someone that he said a picture?
The mom?
I was like, yeah, you should.
She's like, and yeah, she's like, I didn't want to go to the police because I didn't want them to think I was a bad mother. You not going to the police now makes you a bad mother, sweetie. Like, what are you doing? What's wrong with you?
Someone on TikTok was saying how they think that she was like I don't know how to explain it. Like a almost like she wanted to be famous and she put her
she was like it wasn't for her, so she wants her.
And
like a Jeanette McCurry situation.
And the fact that her daughter wasn't even on the documentary was not like a
I agree. And then, girl, okay, I have to bring this up. Okay, so Drake comes out. He gives his testimony. Very brave of him.
Yes.
I can't believe he's gone his entire life and like no one knew this. I thought that was crazy.
That was crazy.
I thought that was crazy. And what was even crazier is when he was saying, when he testified against, was his name Brian Peck in court, and his side of the room was filled with people.
Girl,
and
the people that coming out?
Yes, and then the journalist said that there was 41 character letters defending him. 41 human beings.
That knew this man. And it was like, why would anybody ever write a character? What are you in jail for? I raped a little boy. What?
Oh my God. And then people were like, literally like, I think he was tempted by a 15-year-old. Let's be for real.
It is the craziest shit. What is wrong with people?
I'm so disappointed in, what's his name? The hot one that everybody loves. James Marsden.
The one that's from,
the one who's from Ella Enchanted.
Is it Ella Enchanted?
And he's in Hairspray. You know what I'm talking about. The Corny Collins show?
Yeah, but he's not in Ella Enchanted. You're talking about
he is in Ella
the New York one?
Oh, I thought it was the other. Not Ella Enchanted. Yeah. I'm sorry. Enchanted.
Yes, thank you.
Sorry, he's in Enchanted.
Yes.
I couldn't believe him. I was like, ah!
I know, I couldn't believe him either.
But with all that being said, okay, they talked about it in the documentary, but I was like, we kind of really need to unpack this, everybody. And what was it? It was like in 2000. It was 2021.
Oh, Drake when he
was put on probation for child endangerment.
Yeah, they glossed over that.
They glossed over it, and they were like, he didn't go to or he wasn't convicted of anything. And he was like, I made a mistake, but I stopped it. If you read what the girl says, she says that he forced oral sex on her.
Oh.
So he says, like, in the document, he was like, I texted this girl who was 15. Once I found out she was 15, I stopped. Her testimony is completely different.
Right. And then
she says once he found out she was 15, that's when he got, like, super sexual with her. And she attended one of his concerts, and then after, he forced oral sex on her.
And then he was like...
And now, we all know why, people who are molested or, sexually abused at, young ages, it's kind of like a traumatic thing. They kind of go, but you still need your reckoning.
Yeah, I didn't
sorry.
I didn't like how he was like, the media.
Yeah, he was like, the media blew it out of proportion. No. That's not what happened here. No. Because, like, okay, what's she lying for? What is she lying for?
Right.
Like, seriously, you're saying I stopped when I found out she was 15. She says you didn't stop. What is her gain as a 15-year-old lying?
Yeah, they really glossed over that. I was like, I guess, guys.
They really did. I think we need to unpack that a little bit more, because everybody's like, Drake this. Now I'm like, let's not forget here.
Right.
He let's not forget this. Yes. He's no better than his abuser. Like, let's be for real.
Let's just hope that he stopped after that.
Let's hope
and got the help that he needed.
Yeah. But I do feel for him. Poor thing. It was very brave of him to come out.
Girl, that was crazy.
That was.
Thank God for that mom. That mama was like, why is this grown man calling
your phone?
The girlfriend's phone.
Which was even crazier. This should have been everyone's red flag. They go to this man's house, the abuser, for a barbecue. Thank God the little nerdy kid from all that was on his P's and Q's. And he goes into his freaking house. He has a freaking room dedicated to Star Wars, except for the one clown painting he has on the wall.
From
the guy asked, what's with the clown painting? The abuser's so excited to tell him the story. Oh, you won't believe this. Flips over the painting, says, Dear Brian, hope you enjoyed the poster. Your friend, John Wayne Gacy? Are you kidding me?
Hell no.
That's crazy.
Oof.
That's crazy.
That's like a really dark energy to have in your home.
That's disgusting. And then they had pen pal letters.
That is.
And he shows it to everybody at the party. No one thought, like, what the hell?
There's a murderer. Well, I understand the kids not understanding the gravity of the situation, but the parents?
That's what I'm saying. The adults. But if the 14-year-old boy was able to be like, what the hell? You might not know the full story of John Wayne Gacy, but you were able to determine, like, oh, yeah, he's a serial killer. Like, I've heard that name before. Yeah. None of the adults were able to figure this out.
This is so cute. And
this is, a serial killer. Oh, my goodness. How retro.
How retro. That's such a new age. And that painting is so creepy. All the paintings are creepy. He's creepy. And he drew it himself. It's dark. Ugh.
Oh, poor Drake.
All right.
Okay, I want to point out one more thing about this document. First of all, someone else came out after the little boy who's on. I have two things to say. Zoe 101. You remember Logan, the hot one, the one who dates Quinn?
Yes.
He came out recently, or like the other day, and said he was abused. But then I was like, he was also arrested for like messing with like a 14-year-old too. So I'm just like,
really?
there's a pattern here. But he came out and said he was abused when he was 12, and then again at 19 by his like agent.
Oh.
Side story. The real thing that we're talking about is I want to talk about. Have you ever seen the cast from Ned's Declassified School Survivor Guide, and they're like nonsense in their podcast and whatever? So when the documentary came out, Quiet on Set, they went on their like TikTok live, and they're like, "Well, that never happened on our set." And then he made like an innuendo joke. He was talking to like I don't even know the black guy's name, Daniel. The main guy on the show was talking like Daniel on his live, and he was like, "Give me your holes," or something like that. He made like a weird like pervy joke. And, like, everybody was like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Like, why are y'all being such dicks? And then, like, Drake said something, like, he tweeted at them. And then, of course, they went on this, like, apology tour, right? And I was just like, how dare you? Okay?
Yeah, he was wild for that.
Y'all think y'all are all high and mighty. It didn't happen on our set. Y'all were too busy fucking each other.
Yeah, y'all were very hypersexual over there.
Yeah.
Had your own things going on.
You're like, y'all were too
inappropriate.
busy. Y'all were too busy to get abused because y'all were too busy fucking each other. Like, what's wrong with y'all?
Yeah. They was wild for that.
They were wild for that. And then y'all's freaking TV show wasn't all sun roses and daisies, okay? Because you know what sunflowers, whatever. You know what else? What I want to point out on that show on this Declassified, when the show opens with like the theme song or whatever it was, and they're like, you know how he talks and he's like, we're surviving and bullies and gross school lunches. When they talk about like the gross school luncheons, it pans to the cafeteria. And you want to know what's on the menu in the cafeteria, Jordan? What? Bare ass, okay? They're serving bare ass in the cafeteria.
Bare, like actually.
A butt is served for their lunch.
It's weird.
Okay? Y'all talk about, we never worked with Dan Snyder and we never had that weird stuff. No, you did. Because your lunch was a bare ass booty.
Okay.
That gross school lunches, it was a human's ass. Okay? Is that not insane? That's crazy. That's disgusting. What's going on at Nickelodeon? Yeah, it's all across the board. It's not like, just Dan. It's all of you people.
Hyperosexual.
What's going on? I'll Google. Let me show you, Jordan.
You don't have to.
Fine. It's crazy to me. So, down with those three. I'm really.
Yeah, they was down bad for that. I don't know why they thought that was so funny.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I saw a clip of it, and I was like, not y'all laughing about the show.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
Who do they think they are?
It's not fun, but it's really not funny.
It's not funny at all.
Even like you thought you were hot shit. Like, why'd you think that was funny?
That never happened on our show. Let me make a pervert joke.
But yeah, you could say like, yeah, luckily that never happened on our show.
Yeah, you can be a douche and just like it never happened on our show. But then you continue to be like, oh, let me make a weird joke.
Yeah, it was like it never happened on our show. Like it was a funny thing.
Yeah, like didn't happen on us. Sorry,
it's weird. What hole did y'all crawl out of? Maybe it's time for y'all to go back. All right. Do you want to tell about the movie we're doing today?
You don't have anything else to talk about?
I'll talk about it later.
Think bars. Think hot young women. Think I want to be a superstar, so I moved to the big city.
Superstar.
Think I'm a small town girl. Think hot guys with Australian accents. Think a young Tyra Banks.
Yeah.
Think leather pants. Think this bar is not up to code and they don't serve water. We should all be in prison right now. Think cult classic. Think iconic song at the end that really brings the whole film together.
Okay.
Think very, very, very overbearing and very protective father.
Yes.
And that brings us to, drum roll please. Coyote Ugly!
What a fun movie. Oh, God. Tell me about the movie, babe.
Graced with a talented voice, 21-year-old Violet Sanford heads to New York City to pursue her dreams of becoming a songwriter, only to find her aspirations sidelined by the accolades and notoriety she receives at her day job as a barmaid at Coyote Ugly. The Coyotes, as they are affectionately called, tantalize customers and the media alike with their outrageous antics, making Coyote Ugly the watering holes for guys on the prowl. The film is a 2000 American musical comedy. I wouldn't call it a musical, but that's what Wikipedia says, so I went with it. The film is a 2000 American musical comedy drama based on the Coyote Ugly Saloon, an American drinking establishment and namesake of an international chain of bars known for its bartenders dancing on top of the bars.
We have one in here in New Orleans.
We do. And, I always wondered, I was like, is this bar?
Yeah.
I was like, is this bar based off of the movie? But the movie is based off of a chain of bars.
Right.
I've never been to that one. Have you ever been to it? Me neither.
It was kind of a...
I've never seen anyone dance on a bar as I pass it.
It looks more sad than fun. I don't know how to describe it.
I want to go to it one day, though.
Yeah. I've walked past it a couple times, but it doesn't seem appealing.
The film was directed by David McNally and written by Gina Wincox and Kevin Smith. The film is also based on the article The Muse of the Coyote Ugly Saloon that was published in GQ magazine by Elizabeth Gilbert. So I guess somebody wrote like a newspaper article. Or it was an article about them in GQ magazine. And then from there, that's how it became a movie.
Story by.
Yeah.
Inspired by? Story by.
Inspired by, something like that. Early on, before the producers decided to cast mostly unknown actors, the lead role of Violet Sanford was offered to pop singer Jessica Simpson, Britney Spears, and Jewel, who turned it down. January Jones also auditioned for a role.
Who's January Jones?
Googler. I don't know. I've heard the name before, but I don't know which she's in.
I could see Jessica Simpson and Britney Spears. I don't know who Jules is.
I could see both of them. For sure.
Why'd they turn it down?
I don't know. Silly girls.
Oh, I don't really know this girl.
You don't know January Jones?
No. Do you?
I don't know. Her face looks common.
Let me see what she in. And I didn't watch Mad Men. American Pie? I don't remember.
Oh, she's in Mad Men? She's in American Pie?
American Pie. X-Men, they say First Class.
Let me see.
Anger Management. Not familiar with her work. Let's see.
I guess I kind of recognize her face from Mad Men.
Did you watch Mad Men?
No.
No.
I did not. Okay. What else do we have here? Leanne Rimes sings Can't Fight the Moonlight, the blockbuster lead single from Coyote Ugly, which went 4 times platinum in 2008. 8 years after the movie's original release,
it's a good song.
Signifying the film's cult status.
I agree.
We
Great
did a
song.
performance to this song, and I never realized this was.
Y'all did?
Yeah.
The Saints?
Pre-game performance, yeah.
Can't start the moonlight. It sounded just like that? That's a weird
Yeah,
song
I mean, the beat changes or drops after a while.
Okay.
But it was like a jazz dance, whatever.
Jazz.
Piper Perabo, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, who plays the main character Violet, was disappointed when she learned her voice was going to be replaced by Leanne Rimes because the actress could sing in real life and even learned guitar for the movie.
Wait.
What?
Which part was her voice replaced? The whole thing, or
I think for Can't Fight the Moonlight. She wanted to sing it. But...
Oh yeah, no. Did you not read the script?
Say yeah, no. Why would she think
well,
that?
The whole thing, her character doesn't want to be a singer. She wants to be a songwriter.
I mean, yeah, but just because her character doesn't mean that's what she wants. The whole movie is about her getting the gumption to perform.
Yeah. So that she can sell her songs.
So if the character gets to perform, then she should have been able to perform.
But she's saying she sang a lot of songs in the movie, so...
I don't think that was her singing at all.
That's what I was asking. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that was her singing ever.
That's what I was wondering.
So yes.
Okay. Yes, I would be. I'm sorry.
La 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 la.
She learned the guitar. She barely plays the guitar throughout the whole movie.
Yes.
The
film was released August 4th, 2004, and distributed by Buena Vista Pictures. Budget!
New York City. 30 million? No hitters.
Huh?
40.
Even closer.
45.
Look at you, right on the money. Box office.
What year did it come out? 2008? No.
2000.
2000. Chick flicks were hot back then. 70 million.
No.
Too high, too low?
Too low.
Oh. 80 million. 90 million? 100 million? 120?
$113.9 million.
I see y'all. I see.
Shout out to the people at Coyote Ugly.
Yeah.
Cast Piper Paraboo, I don't know if I'm saying her name right, as Violet Sanford, an aspiring songwriter. Adam Garcia as Kevin O'Donnell, a man who becomes Violet's love interest. Maria Bello as Lil, the proprietor of Coyote Ugly. Melanie Lynchke as Gloria, Violet's friend. John Goodman as William James Bill Stanford, the father of Violet. Isabella Milko as Cammy, a worker at Coyote Ugly. Tyra Banks as Zoe, a worker at Coyote Ugly. Bridget Monahan as Rachel, another worker at Coyote Ugly. And yeah, that's about it. That's all we need to know.
All right. Let's dive on in.
Ooh, I'm about to dive in.
So the movie begins with Violet Sanford in her hometown of South Amboy, New Jersey. She's working her last day at her diner gig. Because she plans to go to pursue her dreams of becoming a songwriter in the nearby city, New York City. Before leaving, she does a common tradition at the diner, which is to sign the back of a receipt, just in case she makes it big. And then, the owner puts it on the wall. Before she leaves, she looks back of all the many girls who have left the diner to go to New York City. And the owner says that none of them ever came back, or basically none of them made it big.
He says, hopefully you turn out better than them.
Ouch. That's
because none of them made it big.
That's daunting.
I know. I'd be like, well, I guess I'm not putting my name on this one.
Right. It's a bad luck.
Right.
So that night, Violet attends a going away party for herself at a bar. We see a whole group of people. She seems to have a lot of friends. A whole group of people get on stage. They sing. I forgot what they sing. Oh, I Will Survive. I will survive. Hey, hey. And then here, for the first time, we meet her best friend, Gloria, who is a older looking woman. I don't think they are the same age. And it really bothers me.
But they're supposed to be.
I don't know. Do you think?
Not in reality, no.
I think she looks so much older than her.
She does. In real life, I'm certain they're not the same age.
I know, but it bothers me. I don't know. I'm like, that's her mom.
I'm just glad they didn't. Well, she's supposed to be, I guess, the unattractive, lesser best friend. So I guess that's why she looks older.
Damn.
I mean, blame Hollywood, not me.
So the next morning, Violet is at home with her father, Bill, and Bill lives by himself. His wife has passed away, Violet's mother. And we get the sense that Violet takes care of Bill, her father, and his health.
He's useless. Without her.
Useless without her. He doesn't want her to go to New York City. He is telling her, oh, look, another murder happened in NYC. You should go.
4 people dead in New York City.
Don't go. But, she's got her mind made up. I'm keeping my baby. Before she goes, she reminds her dad to eat healthy, take her vitamins. I thought he was going to die of a heart attack, but he doesn't.
I know. That's what I thought. When they went to the hospital, I was like, oh, he clearly had a heart attack. He was hit by a freaking car.
Yeah, they've been building up for him to have a heart attack. No heart attack. It's so stupid. And I hadn't seen the movie. When I was typing his notes, I was like, let me put this down because I know he's going to have a heart attack. Stupid.
Doesn't happen.
Could have left that part out.
Doesn't happen.
But before she goes, she asks her dad for his approval. He gives her a tiny bit of approval.
He tells her, I'm not going to wish you luck. or something.
Yeah.
I forgot.
And then we learned for the first time that her mom also had the same big dream of going to New York and making it big. And he was saying, your mom couldn't do it. Basically, I don't think you can do it.
Right.
Or doesn't want her to, get her hopes up and crash and burn. So she leaves. Her dad wishes her a little good luck. He's like, I'm not happy about this, but, good luck. And then Gloria drives her to her new shitty apartment in New York City. Gloria walks into the apartment, looks very concerned.
It looks awful. And everything's red.
Is everything red? It just looks dark.
Yeah, it just looks so dark and depressing.
Dingy.
And Gloria gives her like a wad of cash, and she's like, here, I have a feeling you're going to need this at some point. Look at the shithole that you're in.
Yes.
And reluctantly, Violet takes it.
What a good friend.
I know, she is a really good friend.
Yeah, ever had any desire to live in New York City? I don't get it.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I would do LA before I'd ever do New York City.
Yes.
Hell no. I just don't understand how people can do it. I'd feel trapped.
I'd feel sad.
Something about New York just makes me feel very insignificant.
Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like that either.
I like to feel important.
Yeah. It makes you feel, it's just so sad.
I was talking to this girl who's like trying out on the team this year, and she said she lived in New York for 10 years, and I was like, oh my God.
10 years?
Yeah, 10 years. And she was like, it was cool when I was like 21. Like, I was like, yeah, let me go up and walk 7 blocks to the subway and go to this brunch and go to Harlem and go to Manhattan and in the Bronx. She's like, at 33, she's like, hell no, I ain't doing that shit no more. She's like, can't.
Right.
Like, you gotta, there's no washer and dryer in my apartment. I have to walk to the grocery store and then walk that shit back.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I can't.
I always wonder how old people stay in New York City.
I think it's easy when you have money. Like you can,
anything is.
Yeah,
right.
You can like order your stuff and have it delivered and stuff. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, I don't know how people do it.
I don't know how people do it. And then it's like so sad. And your apartment's the size of a shoe.
But that's their life. That's all they know. Just like this is all we know, I guess.
Money.
Life.
Also, Violet has settled into her apartment. She's looking very hopeful and she's very excited. So the next day, she's hitting the pavement. She's going to recording studio to recording studio. Hey, can I give you my demo so someone here can check it out? Everyone's like, how did you get through the front door? Like, how did you make it up to me? The receptionists are like, no, honey, that's not how this works. Please exit stage right.
And she's going to everybody.
Everybody.
And they're all telling her no. In true New York fashion, they're telling her to fuck off.
Yes. So that night, Violet goes to a bar. I guess just to get it's like that. I don't know.
A diner.
No, the bar. She meets Kevin for this.
A club bar. Okay, yeah.
The club bar. So she goes there. She sits at the bar. She talks to the bartender. Hey, do you happen to know anyone here I can give my demo tape to? I'm an aspiring songwriter.
And then the bartender's like, dude, I'm a bartender. That's how I felt when that guy came up to me and asked me, like, can you give me, like, DJ opportunities in the city? I was like, dude, I'm a cheerleader. Like, I don't have any kind of pull. Like, what are you asking me for?
Look, it doesn't hurt to ask, man. People know people.
It bothered me. Like, the question really annoyed me. Like,
how dare you?
How dare you?
Ask me a stupid question. Now,
how dare you think I'm important?
If you need a friend to take cheerleading lessons, I can put you that direction.
How dare you think I'm important? Get out of here.
So the bartender jokingly points out his friend, Kevin O'Donnell. He calls him Mr. O'Donnell.
She sees him like walking around at the bar. He's like schmoozing it up with everybody.
Kissing the girls.
He's like kissing the girls, saying hey to everybody. And then she turns to the bartender and she's like, well, who's he? And then he's like, oh, that's Mr. O'Donnell. He's in charge of booking all the talent and performances here at the club and everything. And he's like, that's the guy you want to talk to.
And she's like, okay, bet.
We
learn he's a cook.
And then he goes back into the kitchen and he's a freaking line cook. Yeah. Why were you out here talking to people?
Girl,
why were you not flipping burgers?
I think he just got to work, and before he went to the back, he was just like,
is that what it was? Yeah. I'm thinking he's in the middle of his shift.
I think he just got
and there. And he's like, I'm taking a break. Hey, Jess. Hey, Kevin. Hey, Donald. Hey, Britt. Right. I'm thinking he's like saying hey to everybody.
No, I think he
in
just
the middle of like flipping a burger.
But also like, what kind of? It doesn't seem like this bar place serves food. Whatever.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem like they serve food at all.
So at the end of the night, she's waiting out back for him to give him her mixtape,
her demo.
And so
on a cassette.
And so he
Very
comes
retro.
out with like everybody,
His
like the
crew was
bartenders,
posse.
like a couple girls, which kind of makes him look a little bit important as he's leaving.
The nigga just got friends.
Right. He's just got a cool personality.
These are his coworkers.
Yeah, he's leaving the back of the bar at the closing with everybody, and Violet goes up to him, and she's like, "Hey, Mr. O'Donnell, my name's Violet. This is my demo. I'm really not sure how to do this or how this goes, but I just wanted to introduce myself. I heard that you're in charge of booking all of the talent here, and I really want you to listen to my mixtape." And he's like, "What?"
He looks back to like the bartender.
He looks back at the bartender, and then he's like, the bartender kind of like laughs a little, and he's like, "Oh, okay, I get it now."
It's a bit.
So then he turns to her and he's like, "Oh, yeah, sure." He sees a pretty girl who wants something. So he's like, "Oh, yeah, sure. I can listen to your mixtape, Violet." And she's like, "Oh, I didn't think it would be that easy." And he's like, "I didn't think it'd be this easy either." And then he kind of is like, "Well, do you want to go like sit down and talk and have coffee or something?" And just when she's probably about to say yes, the, I guess, headline cook, the head chef at the restaurant
his boss
comes out and degrades him in front of her, and he's like, "You didn't clean up the kitchen, O'Donnell. I'm 1 inch away from firing you." And then Kevin turns to him and is like, "Hey, man,
it's Mr. O'Donnell.
I'll fire you for insubordinance. You can't talk to me like that." And then the cook's like, "Fire me? Fire me? You're rich. You're hilarious." And he's like, "I can find any guy on the street to flip a burger. You're not important.
You're not special, babe."
And then so now it's kind of revealed that he is just a nigga in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And Violet is disappointed, to say the least.
When that part came on, I had to pause it. I was like, I can't watch this play out.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I got really...
You just had to get through it.
Yeah, I had to get through. But I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, but it was...
It's just like the whole like, I don't know how this works. I'm like,
yeah, that part was the worst part. Him being revealed as like the line cook,
Not
that
bad.
wasn't bad. Her going up to him, that part was, oh God.
No, I hated it.
Yeah, I was like, get me out of
in
here.
front of everybody.
She's like, "I'm not really sure how this works." I was like, ugh, this ain't it. It ain't working.
This run.
Get out of there. So it's revealed that he's just a line cook, and she's pissed, and she's like, "I just embarrassed myself in front of these people for nothing." And he was like, "Wait, no." He was like, "Eventually I was going to tell you the truth."
Eventually.
And then he like follows her home for like 2 hours.
And she lets them. They do the flirty thing. They're gonna see. They got a little something there. There's a little chemistry.
Yeah. So he follows her.
He doesn't kill her.
He doesn't kill her. I don't know why he follows her for 2 hours, but after a while, she's like, "Okay, this is enough."
Yes.
At this point, it's either you're gonna kill me or you're gonna leave me alone.
Right. So the next day, she does the same thing, visiting record studios. No success. She finds like a, what do you call it? A poster board where people put up like ads and stuff. And she sees there's an open mic night coming up. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna go to this bar and I'm gonna check it out. She goes to the bar. She's like, "Hey lady, I'm sure you don't have any openings tonight." And the lady's like, "Okay, I could get you on 10 minutes. She's like, "Oh shit." So she goes
and then the lady tells her, "If you need a bar before you go on, the bathroom's in the back." What a vicious and vile
I didn't think it was that bad.
What?
I thought it was just like, girl, everyone's nervous. If you go throw up in the back.
Oh, I thought it was definitely like you're a young actress, wannabe singer. You probably have bulimia.
Oh no!
That's how I took it.
No, I just took it like she could see she was nervous. She was like, "Girl, you need to go throw up," because performing in front of people is nerve-wracking.
I literally took it as like, you're young and
no,
skinny and pretty.
No,
you definitely have an eating disorder.
No.
Go vomit before to get extra skinny before you go on stage.
No, I don't think.
I think mine's is more accurate.
I think yours is a reach.
I think mine's is very on brand for what the industry looks like. I think that's very true.
I think that's a jump. I think it's just because she's nervous and she looked really nervous.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
So she makes her way onto stage. This is all happening very fast. Yeah. She didn't expect this type of speed. So she makes her way on stage. It's her time to go up. I don't even know why she decided to do this, because she has a fear of performing. Have we said that?
No, she hasn't really. We're finding out now.
Oh,
here now.
Okay.
Here and now. What?
We're actually finding out right now. Keep going.
Proceed.
So she makes it on stage. There's these two douchebags in the crowd that are like heckling her. And after like, moment of pause, she's just like, I'm sorry, I can't do this. And she runs off stage.
She doesn't even make it far.
I mean, you can tell by it's only like 30 minutes into the movie. You can tell she's a little nervous little girl.
Yes. So Violet returns home after a troubling day, and she sees that her door is cracked. She walks inside, and she sees that her home has been burglarized.
It has?
Yeah, she was robbed.
Oh, I missed that.
She goes to look into the freezer where Gloria put the emergency stash money. It's gone. So she's down on her luck, honey.
Oh, I totally missed it.
She's been robbed.
Where was I?
I don't know. You must have looked down for 5 seconds. So, after that, with only a few dollars in her pocket, she goes to like an all-night diner. She speaks to the waiter, and she's like, "Hey, how much is that piece of pie?" And she like pulls out the last 2 bills that she has, and he notices that she's clearly poor. He's like, "You know what?
It's on the house.
It's on the house." Very nice guy.
Very sweet.
And then over to the right of her, she sees 3 hot girls, Cammie, Rachel, Zoe. And they're flaunting the fact that they just made hundreds of dollars in one night.
$300 each that night. And they're turning up.
They're dancing. They're cute.
Like dancing. They're being
confident.
Really loud. It's like 4 a.m. They're being really loud. They're very confident. Tyra Banks gets up. She starts shaking her bum because some song's playing. The other one's like showing off her ass tat that she got of her boyfriend's name. The other one's just like gorgeously hot.
Yeah.
And well, they're all gorgeously hot. But the other one's just like gorgeously hot, mean and bitchy.
Yeah.
My favorite type of woman.
Yes.
And they just seem so cool. And Violet is enamored by them. Mm-hmm. And I guess she goes to the guy who offered her the free pie, and he's like, she asks him about them. And he's like, "Oh, well, they kind of have to be here this early, in their line of work." And then she's like, "Are they hookers?" And he's like, "No, they're coyotes." And she doesn't know what that is.
Yes.
But then she overhears a conversation that they're having, and it is revealed that Tyra Banks' character will be leaving the Coyote Ugly bar because she's going off to law school.
Work girl. This is my version of Tyra Banks that I like to keep.
Yeah, not the America's Next Top Model version.
Not the
one who terrorized innocent young women in their formative years.
This is stop right here, Tyra.
Right. Before she had America's Next Top Model. When she was just doing films.
And modeling.
Yeah.
Just being fun.
So she overhears this, and she sees this as an opportunity for her to get a job.
Hell yeah. So the next day, she finds a bar, the Coyote bar that the girls appear to be working at. She walks around looking for the owner. Some girl calls her down. And Lil introduced herself to Violet as the owner. Lil thinks that Violet is just another sweet country girl that came to the big city looking to accomplish her dream, as they all are.
And Lil is, first of all, I don't like Lil.
I love hate Lil.
I knew you were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna like her. I knew it. I knew it. She's the freaking worst.
I feel like
sucks.
I feel like if she likes you, she's gonna be loyal to you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but who does she like? Nobody.
The girls that work for her.
Yeah, she likes the 3 girls that work for her.
And the bouncer.
Anywho, so she introduces herself to Lil. Lil's like, "Well, let me look at you." And she looks at her. She looks at her wrists. She's like, "Where'd you get that scar?"
Well, I guess she's trying to see if she's a junkie or not.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, she's like, "Do you do drugs? Are you a junkie?"
She's like, "Where are you from?" She's like, "Let me guess, Whitewater, Wisconsin." And she's like, "No, Hoboken, New Jersey." Same thing, Lil says.
She's not from Hoboken, New Jersey.
Violet has enough. What?
She's not from Hoboken, New Jersey.
I know. I don't know where in New Jersey she's from. I just guessed.
South Aboy,
New Jersey, whatever. And then at this point, Violet's had enough.
"Look, are you really the owner? Because I've had a rough couple of days, and so the last thing I need is some waitress on a power trip wasting my time."
You start Friday night. Be there at 11. That's when we get busy.
Lil's a little impressed.
Okay,
and she's like, "Okay, you start tomorrow."
I just want to also say that she's not getting the job. She's getting an audition.
An audition, I must say.
And what I do like about Violet's character is that she's hometowny and sweet, but she also has a little attitude.
Yeah.
Like she's
got something. Pushed. Yeah, when she's like tired, she's like, "All right.
Yeah.
You've hit the nerve.
Don't do too much now."
I'm activated.
She's pretty strong. Like she's going to recording studios and meeting people.
That's pretty ballsy.
That'll take me 6 months to work with the courage to do. Especially going from New Jersey to New York. It just got here.
I mean, well, she didn't go far. She went up the road.
I guess, but small town to big city.
It's New Jersey, Jordan. It's a
South
train ride.
boy.
It's a train ride.
It's not the same.
It's like
not the
20
same
minutes.
hustle and bustle.
She could honestly still live in New Jersey and do all the shit she's doing now. Work
Facts.
at the bar, go to the recording
That is
studios,
so true.
and just go home at the end of the day.
Yeah, it would be a long commute, but that is so true. So that night, or I think it was like Friday night, whatever day we started, but
yeah, the next day,
Violet arrives. It's her first night at the bar. When she walks in, the bouncer, she's like, "Oh, I'm here for my first gig." The bouncer's like, "Oh, good. This is it's slow so far,
night.
so you can
might pick up later."
Yeah.
She walks in, it's like a sea of human beings.
One, it's pretty packed.
It's shoulder to shoulder, standing room only.
She sees the girls that she saw last night dancing on the bar. They light the bar on fire.
I missed that part. Wow.
They light it on fire.
And they're dancing on it?
They're dancing on it. They dance on it. I think they step down to light it on fire. It's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And it's crowded.
Yeah. Like, this is supposed to be her training night?
Some guy's supposed to drink on her. And at this point, she's like, yeah, no. Mm-hmm. She heads for the door, but immediately runs into Lil. And Lil's like, where are you going? She's like, I'm just looking for you. She almost had her out.
I didn't even know that happens.
Yes, it's like really quick. She's like, "Oh hell no!" And she like turns to leave, and Lil's like, "Where you going?" She's like, "Looking for you."
I was looking for you. I found ya.
She was about to give up, which I appreciate. She's like, "Actually, no, thank you.
This isn't for me."
So Lil takes Violet behind the bar. She rips up her shirt to make her look sexy.
Yeah,
makes it a crop top. Takes off the sleeves.
Everything's happening really fast.
Everything's happening
fast. Everybody's moving quickly, and everyone's yelling because it's so loud. She's giving her very minimal information, but most importantly, she tells her there's 2 rules. 2. Don't date the customers and don't bring your boyfriends into the bar. Those are her only rules. That's it. I don't understand why those are the 2 rules. What's wrong with dating the customers? There's 1,000 men in here.
I think it's because the same reason why you can't bring your boyfriend in here.
But like, there's 1,000 men in here.
Don't date the customers.
She
must be. I don't know. I guess
the odds of me not dating, like, I just the customers, like, I don't know. I thought that was
that's
weird.
Just her rule, right? That's just her rule, man. She had one bad experience. She's like, not again. And then Lil tells her that she will now go at the bar as Jersey, and her backstory is that she was a nun and she left the nunnery not too long ago and came straight here or something like that.
Yes,
everyone's got a little backstory. Then one of the girls that she saw at the diner, the blonde-haired girl, Kami, yeah, she introduces herself. She's a ditzy blonde. She's the tease. The Russian tease. The Russian tease. That's her claim to fame. Then you got, what's the other one? Rachel.
What's the brunette? Rachel. She's the New York bitch.
But she actually is a bitch.
She actually is a bitch, and then Jersey is the Jersey nun.
Yes.
We don't get to hear Tyra Banks' backstory.
She's already gone. Oh, no, she's still there.
She's there.
Yeah, she's still there, right.
I guess because she's black.
I want to see all the scenes they cut out from her, because I feel like there was a lot of scenes.
She's probably heavily in this movie.
Yes.
They cut her out. I didn't realize that she's literally in this movie next to none.
Yeah. Well, see, which I didn't mind her being in the movie next to none, but if they want to have her in that bar the same night Violet started, they should have did her background.
Yeah, they should have. And I also never realize that Violet was taking her place.
Right.
I never realized that.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot going on. She's introduced to the other bartenders. She's also introduced to the rules of one guy. I mean, don't date any of the guys. Don't bring your boyfriend. And Rachel's being a real bitch to her.
Yes. So the bar is busy. Violet's not keeping up. People are ordering her shots. She's drinking them. You're not supposed to. She doesn't know how to make anything. She looks crazy.
You're not supposed to give water to the customers, apparently. Of course,
hell
she didn't know
H2O.
that. The bar also doesn't serve anything besides like Jack
and Coke,
tequila, vodka, and like beer.
Yeah,
you can't ask for a margarita.
It is a college dive bar, but for
I wouldn't
adults.
even say college.
Like
it's a dive bar for old men. It's 25 and up.
But I feel like that some dive bars, they know how to make some drinks, but when you go to a college bar, it's just like,
yeah,
vodka and what do you want mixed with the vodka?
Vodka and soda is all I can give you. But that's all you really know in college. You don't know no special.
And that's all you need,
like
right? But yes, so we see for the first time a customer order H2O. Everyone at the bar screams, "Hell no, H2O!" And they squirt the guy with like a nozzle of water, and the crowd goes wild. At this point, a popular song comes on. All the girls get on the bar to dance. They do like a little country,
like a hoedown thing.
Lil's excited. She tells Violet, "Get up there, girl.
Sink or swim. Get up there, Jersey."
Get up there, Jersey."
And Violet's like,
No.
Lil, I can't, do that dance.
I don't dance.
They're literally doing like a grade level, like hoedown, like something that you would see at like a hoedown competition. Like, why? At what point did she think she was going to get up and be able to do that? It's like choreo.
It is choreo.
This is something they've rehearsed.
I think she just wanted to get on the bar.
And she's like, sink or swim, get up there.
Sink or swim, baby.
No! Violet's like, I can't do that. I don't know that dance. And she's like, okay. She gives her bag. She gives her, like, her money for the day. And she's like, okay, thanks. Thanks for coming in today. And she's like, what? You're firing me? And she was like, I told you this was an audition.
You gotta go.
You gotta get out of here.
Ouch.
Lil is such a bitch. I hate her. Like, why did you think she was going to be able to... This is day one. Why did you think she was going to be able to get up there?
But I think if you can't get on the bar just to do a little dance,
it wasn't... But the thing is, it wasn't just a little dance.
Right. But I don't think she had... I don't think she had to learn the move. She just had to get up on that bar and dance around and look sexy.
Well, I don't blame Violet for telling her no. There needs to be boundaries. You need to train me. How about
that's great. Go to another bar.
Okay, whatever.
Go to Piccadilly's.
Okay? So, as she's making her way out with her stuff, she bumps into these two gentlemen that are having a scuffle. And it seems like it's about to be a bar fight momentarily. But Violet says, hey, what's the issue here, men? And she tells them, look, I got $10 in my pocket. You can either continue this fight or you can buy these two pretty girls some drinks at the bar. What's it going to be? She tells these two gentlemen that are about to fight, and they're like, okay, we'll go to the bar. We'll buy these chicks some drinks.
A drink. Half a drink. In today's time.
Yeah,
no, I'm just saying, like $10. Yeah. And I was like,
what is that, a beer? Half of a beer?
Yeah,
whatever.
Back then, I guess.
So Lil sees all of this. She jumps down, goes up to Violet, and she's like, where'd you pull that out of? And she's like, I don't know. I've worked at a pizzeria all my life, I've seen some fights, okay? And then so Lil invites her to come back. She's like, you get a second audition. You got to meet with my fashion consultant first because your wardrobe needs some changing.
Needs some sluttiness.
And she's like, look, you can come back tomorrow, but I'd be surprised you last past 2 days. She tells her.
Yeah.
Such a bitch.
She don't have to work there.
She says all of it with a smile. She's like, I'd be surprised if you last 2 days. Then why do you want me? Why are you trying to hire me then? If you don't think I'll last, why are you wasting your time?
What if I had a problem? She could have... The door's that way. She ain't got to come back.
She's a hater. I do not like her.
Don't feel so big personalized.
I do. She's the worst. I hate women like her. I really do. They think they can just boss everybody around and terrorize them and make them feel small and little. But you offer no help. You offer no help. You're just as mean.
Do you run into these people often?
You're just a mean person. Yes, I hate bitches like her. She's the worst. Oh my God.
Oh, so it sounds like you're
projecting?
tapping into something real here.
I am.
Because she's just a fun character. So the next morning, Violet checks in her father. She asks him if he's eating healthy, which has nothing to do with the plot because I thought he was going to die of a heart attack. I noted here that he says he's eating healthy, but he's at home eating a bucket of chicken.
KFC to be exact.
Nothing to do with the plot. He asks her how the whole songwriter thing is going, and then Violet remembers, oh yeah, Kevin still has my demo tape. She's got 1,000 of them. I don't know why she needs this one back. But she gets on the phone with her dad, and she heads to the bar or the restaurant or the whatever it is that Kevin works, and she's like, give me my tape back. Kevin's like, okay, here you go. And then he makes a comment. He's like, I like your songs. And
she's like, did you really write all of those songs? And she's like, yeah, I'm a songwriter.
I don't think she said that. She's like, you listened to it? Oh, yeah. He's like, no. And he starts singing some of the songs. She's like, oh, laugh it up. I'm one big freaking joke, aren't I? But he's like, no, I really like your music. And what does he say?
I guess he's like, how do I see you again? Yeah, how do I see you again? This is the part that really annoyed me.
Why?
And she's like, I'm a coyote. But you've been there for 2 days and you're not even officially hired yet.
It's her future.
You really don't even have the job.
She doesn't really.
She says it with the utmost confidence. She's like, how do I see you again? She's like, I'm a coyote. I'm like, no, you're not. Take it easy, because you're really not.
This is what she wants. She's gonna get it.
And he's like, well, what does that mean? And she's like, you'll have to figure it out. You don't even know what it means.
It's on my second shift. But you got to come in 2 days or so because I might not have the job anymore. So make quick. So Violet next goes to the store. Not the store. What do you call it? Store where you buy clothes. What?
The shopping mall?
The shopping place. A mall. To wait for her fashion coordinator to arrive. In comes Cammy, who's
the blonde-headed one.
And she's like, "Oh, you're my fashion coordinator?" She's like, "Oh yeah, I love to shop." So we're basically giving Violet a new look. There's a fashion montage.
We get a fashion montage. We love those.
I love them. They're trying on the sluttiest outfits, and I love it.
And they're all very cute. I love the fashion in this movie.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's very cute.
And
I'd wear all the things that they have on their body. Every outfit.
Yes. If I can fit it. And we put Violet into something a little skimpy, a little Texas-y. So it's really good. So now it's that night. It's back at her second audition at Coyote Ugly. She's still not really getting it. Rachel's there. She's like, Lil, I don't think your new girl's keeping up. It's not looking good for her. Rachel, to fuck with Violet, sees that someone orders water, and she's like, Violet, you know what happens when someone orders water? And Rachel's like, yeah, okay. No, Violet's like, yeah, okay. So she gets on
the megaphone that they have.
Says this guy ordered water. She takes out the hose and sprays him with water. Lil sees this. She's like, no, Jersey, this is our fire guy. Fire marshal. You really fucked this up.
But of course, Rachel knew that the whole time.
Yes.
She's just a hater. So she did that, to fuck with Violet's
Now that's
life.
Someone I can get behind. Like, I don't like.
I guess I don't like her either, but she's so stunning. I can't not like her because she's just so pretty.
Wow.
But, so, Violet's like, great. Shit, I'm fired. Mm-hmm. Of course. So, Lou, what's her name?
Lil.
What?
Lil. Lou. So name Lou. Who's Lou up here?
Lil goes outside with the fire marshal. Meanwhile, Violet's having like a panic attack or something. I don't know what happens after that.
So yes, Lil goes to talk to the fire marshal. She is told by the fire marshal that he's not going to shut her down, but she has to pay a $250 fine.
Oh, yeah, they're over code, so she has to fine $250. And so Lil tells that to Violet, and she's like, you have to find me $250 by the end of the night or you're fired. This lady threatens to fire her, like, left and right.
That part wasn't fair.
Yeah. I was like, well, just take it out of my tips, then. My tips for the night will be the $250.
Right. Also, I'm like, girl, how much money are you making in here?
Right.
What's $250 to you?
Yeah.
Why I gotta pay for
it? She sucks.
She acted when she said it. She acted like she really was like, "If I don't have $250, we're gonna sink or swim." Like
the bar.
Like
my bar is gonna close.
Yeah, it was really annoying.
She's just always testing her. It's like so annoying. It's like, here's another test.
This is the last one.
Oh my god.
So at this point, Kevin turns up to the bar. He's found Coyote Ugly and he's found Violet. And he's like, "Hey, girl."
He's like, "So this is what you do."
This is what you do. She's like, "Well, might not be for long because I'm about to get fired because I owe this bar $250."
And he's like, "Here's $9. That'll get you started."
I appreciate it.
And then he's like, "Any way I can help." And then once he says this, she kind of conjures up a plan. And she's like, "Well, I know how you can help." So then Violet, she gets her megaphone that they have at the bar, and she makes an announcement. She says, "Ladies, for one night only, we have a bidding starting at $25, and you get this nice young Australian hunk." Talking about Kevin.
Yeah.
And of course, he's a good-looking man. And, this is 2000, so of course they make it out to be that women are just so lonely and depressed. Desperate when they're single. And so, of course, they hear $25 for a fine young Australian man, one night only. The women in the bar go crazy. They're bidding left and right. So, $25 here, $50 there.
Also, he's on stage and he is giving.
And at this point,
the show of his life.
He's getting into it, and now he's on stage. He's taking his shirt off. He's unzipping his pants. He's doing a little move and groove.
He's doing a little thrust pump.
Yeah, his shirt's off. He's unbuttoned his pants.
He does it so well. It's like, are you a stripper?
He's enjoying this.
At
first he was like, "Wait, what are you doing?" He was a little hesitant, but once he gets up there, he's feeling the vibe.
He's been waiting for this his whole life.
So he's doing his little thing, and he got $100. Now we're at $150, $200, and then we meet the $250.
Sold!
And it is sold to Barbara, a young divorcee in New York City with 4 kids who loves opera, and her favorite artist is Van Gogh.
Is it Van Gogh? That's
he
funny.
spends like the night with her, so he learns all this information about her. So she gets her $250. She gives it to Lil, and I think the night was a success.
Yeah, Lil, everyone's pleased.
She was quick on her feet. She thought of a plan. She executed it, and it landed.
Hell freaking yeah.
Violet's actually pretty. She's a genius.
She's
doing pretty well.
She's doing. That's what I like about her. It's like she's small town, but she's really not. Like she's got
umps.
She's got gumption.
She's got chutzpah.
She pulled her bootstraps up, or whatever the hell you call it. So yes, the night is over. Violet heads out of work and she sees Kevin. Kevin retells his story of how he spent with this lady.
The night with Barbara, who's a divorcee. Yes. Her husband's a CPA. 4 kids. Her favorite artist is Van Gogh, and she loves the opera.
Hell yeah. So Kevin tells Violet, okay, now you owe me. And she's like, okay, what do I owe you? He's like, you owe me 4 dates.
That's what he says.
4 dates. You owe me like breakfast, coffee, 2 dinners, and a lunch or something like that. So like 4 dates. He says the first one, we can do right now. Let's go. I don't know why no one's tired.
Right. It's like 3 a.m.
I guess you sleep in the morning. Jesus. All
they
day.
Go to bed at 7 a.m.
Yeah. So they continue their day. I think the first stop they make is at some like sandwich shop. And Kevin talks to one of the people that work there. It looks like they're doing a drug deal, but Kevin reveals that he was collecting a very popular, like one of a kind Spider-Man comic book, and he collects comic books, and he really cares about that.
He's really into that.
And they spend the rest of the day together. I think they go fish throwing. They work for fish. Is that happening this one?
Well, so then after I guess they watch the sunset.
Oh, yes.
They're like sitting on top of his car, looking up at the sky. And, they're telling each other their stories. And she tells him, like, her mom was a songwriter and she almost made it big or something like that. But she doesn't want to be a singer. She wants to be someone who writes songs. Like, she doesn't like to perform. She's scared of the stage. That for her. She just wants to be a songwriter.
I didn't remember that part. I don't know why I thought she wanted to be.
I thought she
wanted to be a singer.
I thought she wanted to be a singer who just had stage fright.
Yeah.
But anywho, and then so she kind of like asks him about himself. But he's, like, not giving her anything.
Nothing.
He's like, oh, you don't need to know about me.
Just listen to this accent. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. So she's like, okay, that's weird, but you're hot, I guess, so I'll let it go.
Yes.
So they just kind of, like, talk about her.
And then Kevin said he plans to commit on helping her overcome her stage fright so that she can perform her songs so people can find them and
so people
gigs.
Can hear them.
Yeah,
because if she doesn't perform them, then no one's going to hear them.
Exactly. So yes, they have spent all day and all morning with each other, and after spending the whole day, they finally part ways. Violet goes up to her apartment. Later on, Kevin comes up to give her a kiss, and he goes about his day. This is the first kiss that they share, and it won't be the last. But now we're on 13. So it's night again, and Violet's back at work at the Coyote Ugly. Tonight, extremely packed, busy. The crowd is rowdy. So rowdy, the cops have arrived to shut it down because they think they're over capacity by like 50 people. He tells Lil, wrap it up. It's too much going on here. We see customers climbing over the bar to grab drinks. Fights are breaking out. The girls are trying to do their regular thing on dancing on the bar. It's not working. Cammy gets up there to dance, and then some men grab her feet and start to take her off the bar. It is crazy, dangerous. Chaos. The only person left behind the bar at this point is somehow Violet. I forgot where Rachel goes. Maybe Rachel.
She tries to get...
Oh, Cammy.
Or she tries to break up a fight, or she tries to get Cammy back or whatever. In the sea of men.
Yes. So Violet is the only person on behind the bar at this point. She gets up. She tries the old throw ice on them trick. It doesn't work. Someone bumps into the jukebox, and in the background starts playing One Way or Another. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you. Where are you?
That song.
So Violet uses her wits. She finds a microphone. She turns it on. She puts it to her lips, and she starts to slowly dance and sing along to the song.
Because somehow that's the solution to all of this.
Yes. I guess it's to distract people. People start to look up at her and they're like, oh, wow. Look at her
This
go.
girl, in the middle of a brawl,
Yes.
these guys are getting their shit rocked. They're like, oh, she's a beautiful singer. Let's stop what we're doing and listen to her.
I love this song.
I love this song. So Lil's like, do something. So this is what she does.
And the crowd calms the fuck down.
And I guess
Lil looks at Violet with like dollar signs. He's like,
right.
got a new thing.
So I guess once the song has concluded, the crowd's gone wild. They love her little performance.
Yes.
Things are back to order. That night, once the bar is closed and everything, Lil and the bodyguard?
The bouncer are giving her praises and her accolades. Huzzah.
And so is what's the blonde-headed one?
Cammy.
But Rachel hating from outside the club. She's like, all she did was sing to a jukebox. I hate her.
She's a hater.
And then Lil's like, okay, she also saved you from, having to like terrorize.
Right. She saved your life.
Yeah, she saved your life. She saved all of our lives.
She was trying to fight some men.
Right. She saved you from like having to fight like 5 guys.
Yes.
And then Violet gets up and she's just like, yeah, that was so much fun.
She's on
It won't
high.
happen again, except I'll do it every single night. Like she's really feeling herself right now. And she's like, I gotta go celebrate. I gotta go pass out, do something.
And you go dance.
So she...
But before she leaves, Lil says, you're officially a coyote. So no more auditioning. She's got the job.
Girl, she was still auditioning.
It was full time. Did you ever want to be a coyote after watching this movie? Because I sure did.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It
I
seems
was
like
gonna say
such
absolutely
a fun
not.
job.
I feel like after I got used to like the hustle bustle, I feel like it can be stressful. But
oh yeah, those first couple of weeks of learning the ropes, I would have hated it. But once you get comfortable, yeah.
And you start dancing. You know what I think is really funny about this bar? There's only 3 of them working.
I know.
That's not enough to run that busy bar.
They need like 8.
And then halfway through, they're always dancing.
Right.
How do they make their
How's
money?
anybody getting served?
They have to be charging a cover because
there has to be somebody walking through the crowd like, "Hey, do you want anything?"
Because there's no way. I would be so pissed. I'm like, I can't get a drink here though at this bar.
Right. I'm going to this bar just to stay.
Because y'all are dancing to Britney Spears right now.
Right. Y'all are too busy shaking your asses.
I'd be so pissed.
And lighting the bar on fire.
Yes.
So after, her night of success, she wants to continue the celebration. So Violet goes out and she goes to find Kevin.
Kevin.
That's all I got.
She goes to find Kevin. They kiss. And she leaves
kisses
again.
him.
They keep doing these little tease things. But
and then she leaves.
Yeah, she leaves.
Yeah, she kisses him. She's like, oh yeah, I just wanted to kiss. And
he lets her go. I'd have been like, girl, if you get your ass
right, get your fine ass back over here.
Stop playing. So another date night, her and Kevin. Well, Kevin has this plan. He's still on his mission to help her overcome her stage fright. So he sets up in his apartment. He's a
very big apartment.
Yeah, he blindfolds her. He sits her down on the chair and he reveals that he has all these like celebrity cutout cardboard
he has
posters
like
of
Bill
people.
Clinton, Marilyn Monroe,
Yes,
Patrick Swayze. It just sounds like there's just these random celebrities and cardboard cutouts of them.
He told her to bring her guitar and he borrowed a keyboard from his bar
that he works at.
Yeah, so he's like sing in front of these people so you can get comfortable. And she's like, I'm not really into it. And then he asks her like, okay, what does it feel to have stage fright? And she's like, I can show you better than I can tell you.
And she starts getting naked.
She starts undressing. She's so cute.
And they have sex. So his plan really didn't go as like, I'd have been so pissed. Like he set all of this up. He did all of this work just for her not to do any of it, but just turn around and have sex with him. So I guess it's like a win-lose, but also like a win-win.
Yeah.
Like
everyone wins, everyone loses.
For nothing, but you still get to have sex with the girl.
Right.
So there's some silver lining. But she tricked him into sex. So, after they have sex and she doesn't sing at all, like he had intended her to, she goes to the piano that he has set up, and I guess she starts playing a little something, but then he looks at her guitar that has her mother's initials on it, and they start to talk about her mom, and she says she almost made it big. She had aspirations just like Violet, but
she couldn't give her.
She couldn't. She also was a victim of stage fright, and she never made it because of that.
Yeah, she basically says she got her stage fright from her mother,
which is so dumb.
Like she passed down that fear.
which is
it's a lot.
so.
But yeah, she got really close, but she was afraid of the stage, so it just never happened for her. But then at this point, Violet agrees to sing in front of Kevin. But she says, "But you have to make yourself disappear." He does this by turning off the lights, and she finally sings in front of him.
Okay, I was at the end because I just finished watching the movie. At the end, he turns off the lights at the performance, and I was like, why is he turning? I was like, this must have been something previously that I missed.
LOL.
But I was like, why is he turning off the lights?
To rob everybody.
I was like, I obviously missed this earlier.
Yeah, you missed it. So yes, he turns off the lights. She gets comfortable. He sings in front of her. And from there, we get like a mashup of scenes of her practicing her bartending skills, which are terrible, sending out demos, hanging out with Kevin in the background.
It's a montage of how her life in New York is going.
Yeah, and every now and then they play, like, we see her like actually playing her songs. They're not bad.
Yeah.
They're decent songs.
She's hanging out with Kevin.
She's hanging out with Kevin.
Doing her song. She's singing at the bar.
Yes, she's still doing that.
She is singing karaoke at the bar.
She's living her best life.
And yeah, she's getting acclimated to NYC.
And so next we see her go visit her dad in New Jersey. He has a job as a toll booth collector. I think that's the title. So when he sees her, he basically asks her about her boyfriend because he notices that she drove a car there that looks like a boy's car. And she's like, oh, it's just a guy I like. And then he asks her about her bartending job. Like, do you work at like a fancy, smancy place where like suits come in and...
Not quite.
He does. She's like, yeah. She like brushes that comment off because she didn't tell him the full scope of her job because I guess her dad's a little more conservative.
So to avoid all this questioning, she basically is like, I gotta go. I'm gonna be late for work. So she leaves her father, and then back in the city, Kevin tells Violet that he got her a gig at some bar Thursday night where a lot of people hang out, somebody important might be there, and this is an opportunity for her to showcase her song, but also for her to get over her stage fright. And reluctantly, she's like, no, I don't know, I can't. And he's like, you've been singing at the bars.
Well, right, you do that.
Like, just think of it as the same thing. And she's like, yeah, but I'm singing from like a jukebox. And he's like, okay, well, you're making progress.
Yeah.
And we've got to continue to step forward.
She says her thing is, like, she can sing other people's songs, but she just can't sing her songs.
Yeah, she's coming up with all these freaking excuses.
Like, okay, girl.
But I think eventually she kind of just agrees. She's like, okay.
Anything for you, babe.
I'll do it. Schnookums.
So, the night of where she's supposed to go perform this gig perform this
club that her boyfriend has set up for her.
She's also working at Coyote Ugly. It's also another busy night. She gets there, and the first thing she tells Liz is like, hey, I can only work 2 hours because I gotta go. Don't forget. And Lil's immediately is like, LOL, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah, she's like,
look around.
She's like, why do you think you're leaving again? She's like, I told you I have a gig tonight. And she's like, you're not going anywhere, Jersey. Look how busy it is.
Yes.
And then Violet's kind of like, okay, so what happens if I leave? And then Love's like, if you were leaving, you would have left already. Like, basically, she's like, whatever you gotta do, like, clearly it's not that important to you because you haven't left.
That's true. So she, also while that's going on, Bill shows up, her dad. Oh. He shows up because he saw a picture of her. So the night that was super busy, where she sings for the first time, there was a photographer there for some kind of newspaper. He was snapping up photos.
New York Sun or something.
He was snapping up photos. That comes full circle because Bill at work, he found that some of the guys he works with were putting up pictures of his daughter that was in the newspaper. So he comes to the bar looking for her.
So yeah,
when he arrives,
were putting her photo up in their booth.
Yeah, so when he arrives, it's like wet t-shirt water night. I don't know what they call it. It was like water night. And they're pouring water. All the girls are pouring water on each other. He walks in at the best time to see his daughter being doused with water by the other bartenders, and she's like dancing. He's like, oh hell no. She sees him, he sees her. She goes down there. She's like, I'm sorry, Dad. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's not what it looks like. We don't do this water night every night.
And he tells her, like, she's like, how did you even find me? He tells her, like, people have been posting up your photo in the booth. And you can tell he's very disappointed, very embarrassed. And he's like, I gotta go. And she's kind of like stunned and she doesn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Is this the same night she's supposed to be performing?
I don't think it is. I think I mushed them together.
Oh, yeah. I don't.
Sorry.
let's pretend like it is.
Yeah. Let's pretend like it is. Doesn't matter. They all mush
The
it.
next night, I don't know, she's supposed to go perform at the bar that her boyfriend Kevin has set up. This opportunity that he set up for her. It's busy. Lil's like, you can't leave.
Yes.
If you were gonna leave, you would have left already. And she's like, because she low-key doesn't even want to do it. So she uses the excuse as like, Lil won't let me leave. So she gets a call from Kevin. He's like, hey, where are you? And she's like, Lil won't let me leave. And he's like, you're an adult. Grow up. Like, say you have somewhere to be and leave. Like, this is important. And she's like, Kevin, I just can't. I'm sorry you did all this for me, but I just can't.
You know what's upsetting?
What?
When you believe in someone more than they believe in themselves.
Very much
That's what he was like. He's like, you could be important. You could be big.
Right.
And she's like,
She's like, I'm scared.
That's so sweet that he really believes in her more than, which I love. He's actually really cute. He's actually really nice.
Australian boyfriend.
So Kevin hears that she's not coming. We see Kevin at the bar. He has to talk to the guy who, like, let him do this favor. The guy's pissed at him because, I had it set up for her.
I have the slot. Now I can't fill up the slot. And he's like, well, what do you want me to do? And he's like, well, a deal's a deal, he tells Kevin. You still have to hold up your end of the bargain. Do I? And so in order for Kevin to have gotten this opportunity for Violet, he offered the manager of this club, whatever, his limited edition Amazing Spider-Man, volume 127.
129, actually.
129
Close, yeah.
edition that he picked up when him and Violet were having their very first date. He just got this thing. It's very important to him. It's a collector's item. He's a collector.
I think it's worth like $1,000.
He likes fine things.
Yeah.
And so he has to now give it to this guy.
For nothing.
Not
a damn thing. I'd have been like, oh, we owe each other. She could come back another time.
Right.
He did all this to give Violet a shot at her dreams.
So Kevin's pissed.
Pissed.
So he heads to the bar to confront his girlfriend. She's up there. She's doing her thing. She's singing karaoke on the bar as she always does. This one guy, customer who frequents the bar, he gets up there with her. He's getting a little handsy. Violet's taking care of it, or is she really? Who knows? And she's like, hey, Nick, you can't be up here. Get down. La, 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 la. He's still kind of touchy-feely. She's like, hey, you can't be up here. Get down. Kevin walks in. He sees this guy up there on the bar, touching all over his woman.
He grabbed her waist. He said, oh, hell no.
He's pissed. He grabs that man so quick.
It's so crazy when like
slams him on his head hits the
It's so crazy when men who are like you never would imagine to get angry like manhandle the shit.
Yeah, he manhandled the shit out of that man.
Kevin.
He like pulled him down and that man fell back onto his back.
Happy-go-lucky Kevin?
And his head hit that wood. Yeah.
Yes.
And of course that starts a fight and a brawl between these two. Violet is like, Kevin, stop! Kevin. Of course, Lil is bearing witness to all of this, as this is one of her rules that is being broken. Don't bring your boyfriends into the bar.
Don't do it.
So
Kevin gets thrown out. Violet follows him outside, and insults are being thrown.
Kevin, what is your problem? Look, I'm sorry about tonight, but look at this. There was no way Lil was going to let me out.
This is not about Lil. This is about you and this place.
This is my job.
It's a goddamn sandbox for you to stick your head in.
What is that supposed to mean?
The place is a joke. All right? They don't come to watch you sing. They come to watch girls shaking it on a bar.
And what would you have me do? Sing for quarters in the park?
Well, at least you'd be singing your own songs.
I told you I can't do that, so stop pushing.
I'm just asking you to try. But I guess that's asking a bit too much.
Right, it's so easy to be you, isn't it? You have no dreams, no hopes, no chance of getting hurt. When was the last time you took a chance on something?
Some of us don't have that luxury.
Why is that? Oh, right, we don't talk about you, right? It's a big secret. Come on, Kevin, let's play a game. I'm gonna guess why you left Australia.
Doesn't matter.
You were in jail. No, that's not it. You have a wife and 4 kids in Sydney. Come on, am I getting warm? Come on, Kevin, I don't have a lot of time. Why'd you run away from home?
I didn't have a home. Is that what you wanted to hear? I don't have a family. I mean, that's the big secret. Are you happy? Huh? You gonna feel sorry for me now? You gonna hold me close while I tell you I had to change homes every 2 years? I had a bad childhood, big deal. I don't need your sympathy. Because I'm here and I'm living on my 2 feet like I wanted to. That was my dream. At least I did with a little bit of dignity.
And I didn't, that's it.
Well, just unbutton the blouse a little and unzip the pants, show a little bit of flesh. I think you can figure it out.
Can I just say, he read her to filth.
Read her to filth.
He read her a couple of times. He would like read her and then like stop, and then read her again, and then stop, and then read her again. Because he was like, when he says like, okay, like I don't have a family. Don't feel sorry for me because that was my dream to make it on my own. At least I'm doing what I set out to do. I was like, ooh, read. And she was like, and I'm not. And he was like, well, look, honey, unbutton your pants, show a little bit more cleavage, and you'll be right on your way. I said, oh.
Yeah, he was doing a lot.
Girl, then he hit her with one more, and he was like, go in there, honey, your fans are waiting for you. I said, ooh, not the fans. Not the fans, because they're not fans. I was like, ooh.
He
read
did
her.
read it for Phil.
Son,
I was like, Kevin, where is this coming from, honey?
Gosh.
He was really pissed. Like, he really believes in her.
He ate her up.
He did eat her up.
And then so she goes back into the bar. And now she has to face Lil.
Ugh.
And she's not even like worried about that. Like she just goes back.
Right, because at this point she think her and Lil are friends are like, we're like friends.
Yeah.
I've secured my spot here. I'm dancing. I'm singing on the bar.
Right, I'm making you money. I'm singing at this bar. Lil is like, you broke one of my rules.
Honey.
No boyfriends in the bar. And then Violet's like, this is when Violet, you know, she has a nerve. And once you hit it, she's like, enough with your stupid rules. And
shut the fuck up.
Excuse me? And she's like, we're like,
it's just a bar.
It's just a bar. Like, why are you taking this so seriously? I come here, I make you money, I sing on the bar for you. Like, what are you doing? And then so Lil ultimately fires her. And she's like, you're firing me? We're supposed to be friends. And Lil is like, sweetheart, we're not friends. I never said we were friends. I'm your boss. And then she's like, why do you care so much? It's just a stupid bar. And then Lil is like, well, if it's just a stupid bar, like, why are you taking it so personal? She ate her up a little bit too.
She ate her up. So, mind you, her dad's not talking to her, hates her because she's dancing on a bar. Her boyfriend just broke up with her, and now she's fired.
And now she lost her job. So
it's not looking good for her.
It's not looking good for Violet. She's on the...
And she's been on the up and up.
She was on the up and up. Now she's on the down and down.
New
York City is not a place where you want to hit rock bottom.
It's not.
I don't want to hit a rock bottom.
I feel like it's really easy to be homeless there.
Yeah.
So easy.
It's really easy
to be homeless.
To get off path out there. And that is not the place you want to just divert from the plan.
Wintertime? We're dead.
Winter's coming.
Winter's coming, honey. So next, Violet is in New Jersey. It's the day of Gloria's wedding.
Her friend Gloria's
getting married.
married.
Yes, so she's getting married. Gloria stops by to say, hey, so glad you came. Ha ha ha, love you.
I'm sure she's like the maid of honor. So
yes. Her dad, Violet's dad stops by and he is on his way out, but he wanted to give Gloria his wedding gift, which is like $50. And we see that he's still not talking to his daughter, Violet.
Yeah. And then Gloria kind of forces them to dance with each other.
She's like, please, I want it in my book, like a picture of y'all dancing.
So they get up, they share a dance. They're talking to each other. She's telling him, like, are you still mad at me? And he's like, look, if you needed money, you could have just come to me. And then she's like, I can't come to you. You can't even function on your own. Like, you need me to function. And he's like, that's not true. And then she's like, then why aren't you wearing any socks? And he doesn't have any socks on.
She's like, the dryer got caught up in something.
He's like, I had a fight with the dryer. And then so they're going on in their conversation. And she's like, face it, Dad, you're mad at me because you need me and you're mad that I moved out. And he's like, no, it's not that. He was like, when I saw you at that bar, that was the first time I ever been disappointed in you. Redder. Yeah. She's getting red.
I think he used the word ashamed.
Did he use it? He might have said ashamed.
And that is worse.
That's even worse. Not disappointed, ashamed. So maybe
I think he said, I'm mad that you made me feel ashamed of you or something like that.
Yes.
Ooh! Father.
That was a tough one.
And she has been getting red left and right. All because she dances on a bar.
Right.
Not that bad.
It's not that bad.
I think the water night might have been
a stripper.
Yeah,
Now,
the water night was not a good night.
It was not a good look.
But usually they're doing hold downs up there,
Right,
and throwing ice on men.
He went to the wrong night.
He went the wrong night.
Out of all the nights,
She's mostly singing karaoke now.
Freaking wet T-shirt.
Right.
So
yes,
he makes the excuse that he has to go back to work, and so after dropping that bomb on her, of him being ashamed of her, he leaves.
Yeah, and then she heads back to New York. We see her at her door. She's trying to get into her apartment. We hear that Kevin is leaving a voice message, basically like, I hope you talk to me again. Let's talk. Let's get together. By the time she makes it inside the door, he has hung up, and
she misses his call.
She misses his call. She was
trying to get in there. She couldn't get the keys quick enough. She was trying to get to her man.
Yes,
but
she missed it.
I'm surprised he's the one calling her apologizing.
He did a lot.
Okay, You're right. He did do a lot.
He came for her.
He read her to filth.
He read her for filth.
And then he also got her fired.
He got her fired. I mean, she didn't. But yeah. I don't think she knew that what he had given up.
Yeah, she didn't.
Yeah, I think had she known, she would have probably made more an effort to come.
Right. She didn't know the gravity.
But he read her for filth.
He did.
He was like, "You're a fucking slut, and you're an idiot."
That's true.
He read her for filth.
They both were wrong in the situation because she was coming for him too. She was like, "We never talk about you, Mr. Perfect Kevin.
With your 18 jobs, what you're running away from."
Yeah.
I hate my childhood. But okay. So right after that, she gets immediately a call from the hospital. They're like, "Are you so and so? Because we have your dead dad here." Just kidding.
Dad died.
Your dad. Wait, where's that from? Wait, say that.
I didn't get that from anywhere. I just said it.
Say it again.
Your dad died.
Someone says it like that in something.
I think you're thinking.
Oh, okay. I don't think you watched that show. No, I don't think you watched
Drive-Through.
No, I don't think you watched Pin 15.
Oh no, I've never.
There's this one scene where the little Asian girl, she like gets in. They're like children. They're supposed to be children in the show, but she gets in fight with this kid, and she's like, "That's why your dad died." And everyone was like, "Whoa,
too far."
That's why your dad died. He said it just like her.
Oh, that's
he said it just like her. I was like, wait, what? Okay, but he's not dead. He just got in a really bad car accident.
And it was such a buildup. We've been hearing about
his health.
Every day she's like, you need to eat better. You need a diet. You need to eat more vegetables. We catch him eating KFC, McDonald's. And obviously we see her get this phone call about him being in the hospital. Obviously you're like,
heart attack.
This man got hit by a car.
Hit by a frick. Who wrote that? Why are y'all telling me about his health so much?
Why is that even a factor?
Give him a heart attack. That'd have been so easy.
Like, you built it up for it to be a heart attack. For you to be like, psych.
So stupid. I literally wrote so many notes about him. I was like, every time they mentioned food, I was like, let me write it down in case he's going to die of a heart attack. Nope.
No, doesn't happen. So she goes to the hospital because she gets a call that he was freaking hit by a car at his job.
He was in a car by his job?
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of thought he was hit while he was in the car, but that's even worse.
No, yeah, at work or something.
Because he has to like walk to his toll booth. Someone probably hit him. Yeah. Ouch, that's even worse actually.
So, on the job, he gets hit by a car. This is the day of the wedding,
great.
By the way.
It's a great payout.
Yeah, that is true. This is also the day of the wedding.
Same day. Long day.
Because
she just got back to New York.
Yeah, she like goes home. Yeah, and like even.
Okay. I don't think they were going out. I don't know.
Right, but just when she gets home and she gets a phone call from Kevin, it appears like this is a separate day.
Right.
But it's
the same day.
That frustrates me.
Yeah.
But anywho, so this is the night of her friend Gloria's wedding. So same day. Gloria comes to the hospital to, console her.
Great friend. Still in her wedding dress.
Yeah, still in her wedding dress.
Great friend.
She tells her, look, my husband's only been family for 5 minutes. You've been family my entire life. Of course I'm going to be here.
Finally, some are giving her some positivity. Because the men...
Right, the men in her life suck. And Lil. Don't forget about Lil.
So, she finally gets back to see her father. And at this point, he apologizes. And she tells him she loves him. They cry. They're back on, We can't be beefing. You could die at any moment. I love you, Dad.
Not of a heart attack, though, but...
Yes, not of a heart attack. So they're good. Violet I think she's making back and forth between here and New York. One day she goes back to her apartment and she finds a big box of letters. The landlord leaves a note. This couldn't fit in your mailbox. She's like, "What's all this?" It's her return demo tapes. Ouch! And it's like a box full of them.
It's like so much.
It's hard to see.
It's like at least like 30.
If I was her, I think I would have stopped.
That's she almost did.
It's soul sucking.
It is.
Y'all could have kept them.
Oh, right. Don't even like.
Y'all could have kept them.
Yeah, just
put
them in the garbage. Like, give me hope.
Give it to a bar.
Like, don't return it to me.
It's like they didn't even open it. Oh,
right.
This fucking sucks.
So all of her demos have been returned to her. Returned to sender. That's awful.
When she gets to her apartment, at this point she's debating calling Kevin or not. And she's like, okay, I'm not gonna call him. I'm gonna go to his apartment. We need to see face to face because she hasn't seen him since the big argument. She arrives to his apartment and she sees what she believes is him going home with another girl.
Yeah, they're talking about like she's the girl who he's with. She's going into his apartment. Violet overhears it. They're talking about something like, "Oh, you sure you want to do this now?" And he's like, "Yeah, when else would we do it?
We're here now, buddy."
Yeah,
so
late.
late.
They're just having casual sex or something. And Violet overhears this, and she's devastated to hear or see that her boyfriend or ex-boyfriend is moving on.
So at this point, Violet goes back to visit her father in the hospital. And with her shit luck that's been going on, she tells her dad that she has decided to move home to help take care of him. However, Bill is not happy he's not happy to hear this. And he convinces her not to give up on her dream by telling her the truth of why her mother stopped her pursuit of her big dream.
And it was never because she was scared of the stage. It was because her mother got pregnant with Violet and she was going to stop. She was going to, raise a family, be a mom, whatever. Yeah. And, the dad had the power to tell her, like, keep going. You're so good. But he didn't do that.
He didn't do it.
He knew how great she was. And he said, I never told her how good she was. That's not good.
He's no Kevin.
He's no Kevin. He's awful, actually. Like, you never told her she was
selfish.
Good? Yeah. And so he's basically like, I can't make that same mistake with you. And so you can't give up on your dreams, Violet, he tells her. And so, I don't know, I guess she doesn't.
Yeah. Thanks, Dad. This is the best time because I was just about to sell my apartment. And then we also see for Bill's enjoyment, I don't know what this actor's name is. Bill, the dad. I'm sorry.
Oh, I want to say John Goodman.
So he's the dad of Roseanne, and we used to love Roseanne. Did you like Roseanne as much as I love Roseanne?
Yeah, Roseanne was the shit.
I love Roseanne, and I loved him on Roseanne. And whenever I see him, for whatever reason, he's like my father figure on TV, my TV father
he's
figure.
Great. He's from Louisiana.
John Goodman. He is from Louisiana. He has that. No, actually, it says he was born in
Mississippi.
Yeah,
but he was raised here.
Yeah, but he has that, like, I don't know. Just feels like he's the type of man who's like, how you been doing, darling?
Yeah, so great.
So great.
Is that show still come on?
Roseanne?
No. Oh. Uncut Gemstones? Does that show still come on?
Uncut Gemstones. Oh, Gemstones.
The Gemstones. I get that. I always mix those two. It does?
Yeah.
Oh, I used to watch it and then I stopped.
Why is it on his... The Righteous Gemstones.
The Righteous Gemstones.
Yes, that comes on.
I always confuse it with Uncut Gems. I always combine the word.
It still comes on. I need to catch chance I was watching that. But I need it's funny. I just something about it never pulls me in fully. But yes, love him. But anywho, finally some new girl, the nurse, has got her little paws on Bill. Thank God, finally. He seems like a wholesome man. Someone take care of him, please.
Right, he seems like a good guy.
But he tells her that, he has a date with someone coming up, the nurse, which feels good because it's like, okay, my sick dad has someone to take care of him, and she's a nurse, so
because I can't do this shit forever.
I can feel a little better. So back in New York, she's back on her grind, with a new confidence,
a new oomph.
Her mom's doesn't have stage fright. She was just amazing. Maybe I don't have stage fright. She still does, but don't let that stop you. She's working on her like a new demo tape. We see her like in the studio of her apartment, whipping and putting up songs. I think she's like redoing
laughing while she's making the demos. I don't know what's so funny, but she's like laughing while doing it.
Yes.
She's like, ha 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 ha. I'm making
so
music.
Funny. You know, and then now she's using CDs. I wonder if that was a thing. Because in the beginning she was like sending off mixtapes, but now she's doing CDs, cassettes, and now she's doing CDs.
Yeah,
she's coming to the new age.
Maybe that helps.
Maybe that helped.
Maybe that'll make a difference.
We see her at her new job. She's working at like a nice restaurant now, like a regular.
She's in like a button-down shirt.
Yes,
and black pants. And so she's at her day job now.
So the bartender.
She got fired.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, Lil walks in.
Dun-dun-dun.
She sits down. She's like, hey,
Jersey.
Can I get a double water?
She's like, do you have a reservation?
And then they sit down, they talk. And she's like, what's good here? She asks Violet. And Violet's like, cut the crap. You're not here to eat. What do you want? And then she's like, look, I just want to apologize for being a raging bitch.
Love it.
Because you were one, Lil. You really were.
She apologized.
She apologizes. And she tells her, look, whenever you're ready to come get your job back at, Coyote Ugly, you're more than welcome to come. And then Violet says, thank you. I appreciate that. But, I think I've got it all figured out. I think I got it now. And then Lil's like, I knew it. You weren't a lifer. No, who wants to be a lifer at a dive bar?
Hey, some people.
And then Lil admits that it is, in fact, her life.
That's her dream, to own a bar.
And she even tells Violet that she, too, was a small-town girl with big dreams of making it in the Big Apple. And Violet's like, you're joking. And she's like, no, I'm from
Des Moines.
I'm from Scenic City, North Dakota. Just make that up.
Yeah. Scenic City. Scenic City.
And Lil tells Violet, if you tell anybody, I'll kill ya. And she says, goodbye, Jersey.
Love you, girl.
Love ya.
So, Violet's luck is looking up and up. And even more up when she heads back to her apartment. She hears that she has a voicemail. And it's from the talent agent or the manager of the same bar that Kevin had wanted her to go to previously.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, the something.
How do you know that?
I think it's the same name.
Oh.
Forgot what it's called. Something ballroom or something like that. But the manager's like, we heard your CD and we want you to showcase at this, or we want you to perform at this songwriter showcase that we're having in a week or two. And Violet is ecstatic. Yes, I'm finally getting my big break. She could have had this like a couple weeks ago when Kevin had figured it out for her, but whatever.
And she has to prepare.
She has to prepare.
And so she starts to prepare.
She does so.
And somehow, I guess this is a big deal. It ends up in the newspaper and everything. Meanwhile, we find out that Kevin was never hooking up with the girl that Violet saw him go into his apartment. What he really was doing was he was selling his apartment to this woman.
Subleasing.
Oh, subleasing.
Own on the girl. You got it right there.
You got me there. Subleasing his apartment because he's trying to move to Chicago.
Random.
He has one breakup and he's like, gotta get out of here.
One big city to another big city.
Yeah, so he's moving to Chicago because he breaks up with one girl. So
it's another the big performance.
Lil and all of the members of Coyote Ugly are going to be in attendance.
They closed the bar for like the first time in years.
Yeah, she even closes the bar early, which is, I don't know, strange.
I mean, no one else freaking works there.
I mean, I guess so. So they close the bar early just to go see Violet perform. It's going to be in the newspaper. Lil was so kind enough to even call Kevin and tell him that Violet would be performing at said club. So I guess he doesn't sublease his apartment anymore. I don't know. He's not going to Chicago.
I was thinking like maybe they moved in with each other.
Maybe.
I was hoping.
So Kevin makes his way to the event, and then we see Violet getting ready with Gloria and her father.
She's still in New Jersey. She's trying to get her father to, come on, you're making me late.
He's got a broken leg, broken limbs. She's trying to tell him to hurry up. So they're on their way to the performance. They're driving, and she has, a moment of self-sabotage. And she's driving in the car with Gloria and her father, and she's like, I can't do it. Mm-mm. And then she very dangerously turns the car around, like in the middle of like traffic. Yeah. Like anybody could have died.
And her dad reminds her, can I remind you
that I just got in a car accident like a week ago.
I'm still healing.
So she's like, I can't do it. I can't go. And then Gloria Gloria. Violet's father has to, instill belief in her, and he's like, "You can do it. I love you."
He tells her that he bought the bill that she signed from the diner that she worked at for $20 because he believed in her.
Oh yeah. So I honestly think that played a huge role, because I think whatever curse she had is broken once he took it off that wall. That wall is cursed.
That wall is cursed.
So he bought the receipt that she signed at the diner that she used to work at.
$20
for $20, and I guess that was just enough to get her to turn back around and make her way to the venue.
My favorite part of this whole movie is like because her father works at the toll booth, and he tells one of the workers there to like make it light it up.
The lights light up.
And I love that part.
It was okay.
It's so exciting.
I was like, what does that really do though?
Just like, oh, it's like
because it didn't do anything for her. Because right after she saw that, she's like, I can't do this.
Bro, it's just exciting. Like, happy birthday. Like, if it was my birthday and they did that for me, I'd be like, oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah, whatever.
So, Violet arrives just in time. Whatever. How dare you? So, Violet arrives just in time to make it to her slot. She's running late. They want to give it away, but she's coming.
Oh, did they? I missed that.
The lady was like, it was like the cover band has been performing for like 45 minutes. Where's your girl? But whoever's in there, she's like, she's coming. So Violet arrives just in time. She's very nervous still. But she makes it inside. She goes on stage. We see the Coyotes, Bill, Gloria. They're all sitting, waiting for her to perform. And she gets on stage. She's very nervous. She's about to sing, and then she decides to walk off. And then we cut to Kevin, who turns the lights off. And then she goes back to the mic. She starts singing a cappella. The band joins in, and she starts singing her hit single.
Under the sky, gonna be with you, and no one's gonna be around. If you think that you won't fall, well, just wait till the sun goes down. Underneath the starlight, there's a magical feeling so high. It will take you in tonight. You can try to resist, try to hide from the kiss, but you know that you can't find the moonlight deep in the darkness, surrender your heart. Don't you know that you can't find the moonlight, no.
Great song.
You can't fight it. Gonna get to your heart.
Yeah. Great song. 10 out of 10. So
I
good.
guess the lights turn back on too.
Yeah.
At some point.
She does good. She does
and
an
she
amazing
does
film.
it. She sings the song.
Everyone loves it.
The crowd goes wild.
She does such a great job that she gets a record deal with a record label.
You heard?
So cut to like a couple months later, I don't know, after the album's created, we see Leanne Rimes. She's at Coyote Ugly. She's on the bar. She's performing Violet's song. And yeah, her dreams have come true.
And everyone's there. Kevin's there. The dad's there.
It's a big freaking deal. They got an artist.
They got a new chick working behind the bar who's literally a replica of Violet. Doesn't know what she's doing. New to the game.
Does? You're right.
And Leanne Rimes is killing it on the mic. Violet gets up there, sings the song with her. And then once she comes down, Kevin's like, what's it like to have all your dreams come true? And then she says it's great.
It's great. Wait, before that, she bought back the Amazing Spider-Man comic book. She gives it to him. She's like, hey, thank you for believing in me when I didn't. I don't know if she says that, but she gives him back the comic book that he lost earlier in the movie.
She's like, I had to repay a debt.
I think she said it just like that. And then she has her dad get on stage and auction off the same way that Kevin was in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
I love that part.
It's so cute.
How much did he go for?
I don't know.
It was like $150, but his nurse / girlfriend bought him, so it was cool. But yes, and then Violet and Kevin share a kiss. Everything, all her dreams have come true. She's got the boy. She's got the dream job.
She made it.
She made it. She did it.
She did it.
Well, hopefully she sold some other songs besides this one, because one song isn't going to pay the bills, honey.
Yeah, but she's
on the map.
Her foot's in the door.
Hopefully she can hire someone to sing for her songs for her. so she didn't sing for herself. And
she did the thing.
Great movie. What do you think? Does it stand the test of time?
Yeah.
Coyote Ugly.
I think sometimes her like timidness or
it's
shy
annoying.
oblivion is like really annoying.
Yes, she's so pretty.
Gorgeous. She's grossly stunning.
Girls, she's gorgeous.
Like, why is she so pretty?
She's so pretty.
It's actually annoying.
It's like the lips, the hair. Just her face is awesome.
Yeah, she's gross.
She seems nice.
Yeah.
She's got it. She's got the it factor.
She's got the
What
it
else
factor.
is she in? Does she actually do movies?
I don't know. I think she looks a lot like... What's her face?
Who that girl?
That chick who won like 2 Oscars 2 years in a row. Hilary Swank. I think she looks like a prettier version of Hilary Swank. And I'd be getting her and Hilary Swank confused.
Which one's Hilary Swank? Oh. Hilary Swank? Really?
Yeah, I feel like she looks like a prettier version of her.
Maybe. Yeah, they kind of both have that, like, I don't know, like, I don't know what it is. It's like it's like they're both like, you can tell they came from like Minnesota or Texas or something. They have like that face.
I think.
Oh yeah, she was in Cheaper by the Dozen.
Oh, she sure was.
But yeah, she's in random movies.
Sure was. What else? I feel like that's all she's in.
Yeah, not too many movies.
Yeah, this is her like one claim to fame.
She's so pretty, gorgeous, honey, gorgeous.
So pretty. Really pretty.
She was in a show called Covert Affairs. Yeah. Oh, she's on Yellowstone, so never mind.
What's Yellowstone? Oh, that's
Yellowstone, that show that all
about the cowboys or something.
All the wives were eating up.
Oh,
it's like the white show. I'm not sure if her role is big, but she's on Yellowstone, and that's enough. That's enough.
That's all she needs. Yeah.
But yeah, Jade. Don't forget everyone to rate, subscribe, tell your friends. Follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook at Please Don't Spoil the Movie or Please Don't Spoil.
Yes. Period. Per slave.
Well, you guys enjoy your
Easter festivities.
This would be out after Easter, but you know what I'm saying. Hope you had a great Easter. Hope you had a great day. Hope you have a great life. Sending you positivity. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Period.
This
is a positivity podcast.
Yes. Coming from a negative person.
All right.
We'll
catch you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.